Welcome back, or welcome. As you know, on this channel, we talk about how in life it's not only you and it's not only me, but life's ups and downs are universal. So today, as we continue on in our Gentle Reset series, I wanted to dive into the always looming week that we go into. So some people call it the Sunday Scaries. But just as we go forward and we're more excited about what we have going on in our lives and in our day-to-day, we can tackle those things that maybe at one point created a little bit of apprehension for us. So let's jump into a reset from the Sunday Scaries. We don't have to have it all figured out. And that's oftentimes why the Sunday Scaries comes into play, because there's something that we're a little apprehensive about, maybe something that we don't want to have to tackle, or something that we're uncertain about. So combating that, we can tell ourselves that we don't have to have it figured out. And if you're anything like me and how I was, there was a little bit of chest tightening and not excited for the week to speak. So let's tackle that. First thing to keep in mind is that your mind, your brain is trying to help you predict the week so that you can be safe. So when those things are coming up, it's almost like your brain is trying to help you get ahead of it or get on top of it. But instead, what that does is it can create a form of anxiety, because we don't have a solution yet for how we're going to maybe tackle some of those things that we're uncertain about, or how we're going to deal with some of those uncomfortable interactions, or how we're going to handle certain expectations that might be placed on us when we are not sure we can fulfill it. That could be in a role, that could be in an organization, that could be job, some support that you're providing to someone. There's a number of ways where we can just feel like we don't have it, and that's okay. So like I said, just know that your mind is trying to help you get ahead of what's to come. But in trying to get ahead, it brings up the things that maybe there's the uncertainty about or the anxiety about, and then we just feel all the feelings, and the world calls it Sunday Scaries. So with that, there are some practical things that you can do. There's some practical things that I've been able to do, and it has helped me. I've seen it on a few people's pages, and they've shared how it's helped them. I implemented it and it helped me, and I want to share it with you. So oftentimes we have a list, right? Or we have commitments. And these are things that we want to get done. These are things that we want to do. These are things that we have to do, things that we need to do. But priority helps us focus. Oftentimes, you can have 15 things on a list, but what is a priority? And it's somewhat controversial, but can you really have multiple priorities at the same time? Or can something be my top priority for a given period of time? People sometimes do time blocking for this very reason, but it's just something to think about. So when you're looking at your week, are there top things that you want to, that you have to, need to, should, want to, but ultimately top things that if these things get done, this week is a success. So start with those things. And then also too, with those things that are your focus for the week, write them down, and out beside them, give yourself some reassurance that I'm going to take this step by step. And you could take it a step further and actually write some of the steps. But I will tell you this, the most important one is oftentimes we want to start with step one, but there is a step zero. There's a step zero that comes before step one. And I read a book, I don't remember the author, I'll put it in the description, but the book was called Getting Things Done. And in the book, he mentioned the step zero, because oftentimes you can say that you want to do something, but there might be some preliminary things that you have to do before you can do the thing. And oftentimes we realize that when we're trying to do the thing, and then we have to wait until we get the preliminary stuff done. So it just consistently pushes back you getting something done that you've been trying to do. So the basic example I think that he gave in the book was, oh, we moved into this house, I got this picture I want to hang, right? Hang picture. Somebody might be like, that's what I need to do. Step one, hang picture. No, that's not step one. Step zero might be get the hammer, get the nails, identify a place for the picture to go, right? And then you're actually able to do the thing after you completed all the preliminary steps. So with whatever it is your focus for the week, please identify the preliminary steps, because that can help you reduce some of that anxiety, reduce some of that stress, take away those Sunday scaries for the things that really matter for your week coming up. Number 2, with combating the Sunday scaries or prepping for your week, you don't have to have a perfect plan. Sometimes we can have this countdown mentality and it's 11:57, 11:58, 11:59. It's midnight, it's Monday. And I haven't laid out exactly how I'm going to do this or do that. But a simple way that you can be prepared, and we've learned this from our grade school years, right? Simple things is even with clothing, right? You can pick out your clothing. It's simple, but it takes away the thought. It takes away one more thing for you to have to do when you're kicking off your week, right? However you start your day, I think it would be important for you to have some consistency in your morning start. People call it a morning ritual. Some people call it a morning routine, but it could help you to have some consistency. Music is a big part of a lot of people's lives. So even if you have a morning playlist that is very fitting for you, right? Whatever resonates with you, you can play that in the morning. Some people might do some instrumental. Some people do Christian gospel music. Some people do some pump you up music. Whatever you need to play as a part of your morning routine, that's something that you can do that can also help you set the tone for the week, but also give you a sense of calm or confidence going into your week. And nourishment is important. So if you're intermittent fasting, of course starting the day with water. Even if you're not intermittent fasting, start the day with water. Hydrate your body. Broken a fast. When you're sleeping, you're fasting, so you're coming out of a fasting state. You could very well just be dehydrated when you get that morning headache and you're thinking you need coffee, when really your organs in your body is just saying, lubricate me, hydrate me. So just taking the time to really care for yourself as you start your week can have you can see a greater impact on the outcome of your week. And lastly, number 3, you don't have to start your week at 100%. Similar to a race that you're running, right? Especially a long distance race. You're not going to start sprinting out of the blocks right when the race starts, right? You'll pace yourself. And that's similar to the start of your week, right? You don't have to be at 100% at 6:55 in the morning on Monday. You can pace yourself. But it could be a good idea to at least establish a bare minimum for certain days or certain times, right? So even if say you set the focus for the week, right? Maybe the focus, one of the items, it needs to be at a certain percentage, or it needs to be completed by, maybe you give yourself Tuesday or something like that, where it's like, hey, at the bare minimum, I need to have at least step 0 completed. One of my top priorities for the week, right? If there's a conversation or some sort of interaction that you need to have, you can give yourself bare minimum, right? You can say, hey, by Wednesday, I need to have had this conversation. I have to do it by Wednesday at the latest. But if an opportunity presents itself before then, great. But at the bare minimum, Wednesday is when I need to have this done. And just allow yourself to have some things that are bare minimum, hard set. I need to meet this deadline, whatever it is. And then allow other things to be flexible. Sometimes we can make everything rigid and have no flexibility, and that is not sustainable. But having some flexibility and establish some bare minimums, even if I mentioned it's progression, right? I might want to be 40% through with something by a certain point. This will help me reduce some of that anticipation or anxiety that I might have had going into the week, because I didn't really establish a plan. I didn't have some key things that I needed to get done before a certain day or a certain time, or be at a certain point or at a certain time, or have a conversation by a certain point. So I don't want the Sunday scaries. And whatever your work schedule is, right? Your work week could start on a different day. It's not even about the day of the week. It's about how my brain is shaped as I go into anything that I need to complete or do. knowing that I can combat prior behaviors, prior mindsets, prior thoughts, prior anxieties just by being more prepared. And more prepared doesn't necessarily mean more work. It just means me thinking through how I want my experience to be. Because there are quite a few things in the world that we cannot control. But you are not one of them. I'm not one of them. I can control my responses. I can control my reactions. I can control how long my thoughts are present. I can control a lot when it comes to me. You can control a lot when it comes to you. And knowing that we have that type of control, we can take back a lot of the experiences that at one point just happened to us, and we don't have to have that experience anymore. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment about the Sunday Scaries. If you've experienced it, please let me know. You can put a yes, or if you're like, never heard of this, you can put a no. But I really do hope this was helpful. And I'm enjoying this gentle reset series. It's really been helping me organize different tactics and different experiences that I've had and what I've used to come through them. And hopefully I'm sharing them in an organized way so that wherever you're at, whatever you're experiencing, something resonates if it's meant to. And then if not, maybe it's for someone else and you can share the video with them. But do please give this video a thumbs up. YouTube likes to see your interaction with the video as we are trying to grow and be more consistent. Like I said, Sundays and Wednesdays. So if you don't see anything from me, I dropped the ball, and I don't want to drop the ball. I want to be more consistent, and I want to see I want to know that those that are watching these videos, their lives are being improved. One thought, one experience, one day at a time. That's my hope. That's my desire. So together we can get there, and we can have greater experiences as we go forward each day in life. So thank you for coming along for the journey. We are going to continue on. YouTube thinks that this video would be best for you, but if you want to, you can watch this one. So thanks again so much for staying until the end, and I love you so much for watching. All right, bye.